Happy Monday! Oh
What's
my
up,
gosh.
what's up?
It is August 3rd.
Yes.
August. So
Kids are back at school.
kids are back in school.
You're going to be an adult now. Now that you're not an adult, but you're with kids for what, 2 months? So your language starts changing.
Yeah.
24/7 talking to little ones, and then you talk to an adult, you're like, go. It's like, whoa.
Love it. If you have a 6-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son, come and let's talk. Because let me tell you, I literally sacrificed my whole career to be at home with my kids. I think personally, just for me, I know this is not real estate related, but I think as a mother, depending on how you grew up in your childhood, I think you try to become better, right? Like, I feel like I desire Sitara, my 6-year-old daughter, to be a better mother, to provide more, to be an exemplary model for her. You know, I want her to strive to become a woman of her dreams. I want to be, you know, her superhero. So, and I want her to be better than me, and I want her to, you know, strive to succeed and achieve tenfold, if not more, you know, to the moon and beyond. And so with that being said, having to be acclimated in an environment where I am literally sculpting this human being into the woman of her dreams, if not more, then what I would like for her to understand in this video, because it's been a couple of months since we've last done one, and so it feels, I want her to know that all of this hard work and sacrifice is dedicated to you and your brother.
There you go. They're always better, like trying to look for that better version of ourselves, right? If we have children, we want them to be better than us, right? We're like striving to provide an environment where you're hoping that they're going to outdo us. I mean, so because we want the best for them.
Right.
So having kids, juggling a professional career, putting it on pause, somewhat pause because you're still working. You're still involved in real estate, but just not, you know, well, actually, no, probably at the same level, but not just at the office because you're able to do it from home while you're doing it.
Speaking of Jazz Tate, I know she wouldn't mind if we mentioned her name on this video. During the summer break, while I haven't been coming over to the office, we actually opened up an escrow for our new first-time home buyer. She's 25 years old. I'm sure Jazz wouldn't mind sharing her age. Because getting into a market like San Diego, it's extremely competitive. And having a 25-year-old who has access to the VA loan with you at being the mortgage expert by her side, walking her through all of these numbers has been completely incredible for her. And I know among you, you know, embracing her and inviting her to be a part of our family, I mean, that was very honorable of you.
Thank you. I think you feel the same way though, right? With all our clients, as we build these relationships, they are we become family because we know so much about them. And emotionally, you as their real estate agent, for example, tie into their feelings about what they're looking for, so that you can engage with them and find them that property that's going to work for them. And me, the numbers, well, I need to know where they want to be, what's comfortable. So we really, truly like dive into their personal information, their emotional information. And I feel like if they allow us to, we become like family. And I know they're family to us because we really care about each and one of our clients. It was such a privilege to help another active service member, but also to be able to help someone so young jump into this very difficult market in the state of California. Like, I just want to applaud her, honestly. And we'll probably do a whole video on this because we want other people that are looking to purchase that think, I can't do it. I'm only 20 something. You know, I've been in service for 5 years. I don't have enough like credit. I don't have enough, whatever it is. like she thought she couldn't do it just 3 months ago, right? And we're going to probably be handing keys to her on Monday, which is amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Our close of escrow is meant for Monday. Um, I hope she doesn't watch this, but I told her we were going to give her the keys tomorrow on Tuesday and everything because I'm going to just set it up with a whole variety of gifts.
Okay, awesome. Don't watch this till after the fact. If you did, just act like you're surprised. Okay, well, today is Monday and we're talking about mortgage rates and what's going on in the market. And honestly, it's such a difficult market for all of us to navigate because we're not seeing interest rates come down, right? Mm-hmm. And as you and I know, this market is not about mortgage rates. It's about payment and it's about being comfortable financially with that payment. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of our clients, what we try to teach them is don't focus so much on the rate. Yes, the rate controls the payment and controls the amount you can qualify for, but really focus on what's comfortable and what you can afford and what you can afford to pay now. Mm-hmm. Because rates are going to continue to be volatile. We all wanted them to come down. They're not coming down. There's a lot of factors financially happening around the world, not just here in the United States. The war in Iran, things happening in Europe, things happening in Asia. They control our environment when it comes to financing. And right now, it's very unstable. Mm-hmm. So we just seen them slowly come up, come down, come up. And so we see this roller coaster with rates and then a ton of information that's coming out, Angelica. I don't know if you're a client and you don't understand what's going on behind the scenes and you're just looking at rates. One day you're telling you rates are down. The next day rates are up. And you're really, truly, our consumers, our clients are getting tossed around with a lot of information. And most of them don't know what's going on, mm-hmm. right? So if you're a first-time buyer and you're trying to enter this market, you're seriously confused. You have no idea what to do. You have no idea when rates are going to come down because you hear people telling you they're going to come down or they're going down when they're truly not. It's just misleading information to get you to apply or get you to come into an interview. And we won't do that to you. Rates are not come down. They're a little bit higher now. But I think initially, like anybody that's going to buy something for the first time, you have to come in and figure out if you can afford and what you can afford. And just like other clients that we've had, they don't always qualify immediately, but we set a plan for them and we've gotten them into escrow after they execute their plan.
So let me ask you this. What type of buyer, if not a first-time home buyer, would be interested in an actual figure of the rate?
Well, investors, right, are very rate driven because they're looking at their bottom line. They're not buying for their primary residence. So all they care about is rental, cash flow, net cash. Those for sure want to know what the rate's going to be because that's going to target what their net cash flow is going to be. But if you're buying for your primary residence, you should really truly be concerned about your payment. Mm-hmm. The rate matters, but your payment's really what your focus should be at any time, even when rates are low, right? Mm-hmm. Because we get clients, I know they got in trouble when rates were really low and they could afford to buy more. They would go up to their maximum, right? And they focus on the rate and then the payment kind of kicked them in the ass later on. Like, whoa, I couldn't really afford that much.
So I think you posed an important perspective here. For first-time home buyers who are watching, when you're applying for a loan, one of the questions will appear as, are you purchasing as a primary or secondary residence? And primary versus secondary only means that as a primary, you will be living in it. As a secondary, you will not. So I think that's a key difference, having to mm-hmm. distinguish how you should be focused. Because I think a very important concern for first-time home buyers is that you're listening to people who are probably your mom and dad, who own another property, which is their secondary property. And because they're focused on interest rates, they have an investor mindset trying to understand whether or not this is going to be good because they're not going to be living in it, right? But as a primary resident, you want to be payment focused because at the end of the day, you will be responsible for paying for your water, electricity, internet, trash, etc. So having to be payment focused as a first-time home buyer is extremely crucial. And this is where I believe we specialize. I mean, we can also talk about Omar. I've been following up with him. He was 24 years old, I believe, purchasing his home. We threw a housewarming party for him for his 25th birthday. So that's two 25-year-olds in 12 months, in a 12-month time frame. I swear, if they hook up.
So if you're 22, 23, 24, 25, come and talk to us. We've already put two young people, and then we will hook you up, put you into a home, and then you all can meet each other.
I swear, we should probably create a show. We should create a show with applicants, with the first-time home buyer applicants.
All right, let's bring it back together, guys.
Okay, sorry. Distraction.
So.
Okay, so Omar, just last year, right? We closed last year?
No,
early this year.
It was early this year.
February.
Yeah.
Was it February?
Yeah.
Okay, so year to date, as of January 1st, 2026, we closed one in February and we have a closing in August. We've been working with Jazz for 6 months now or so. It's been a journey. Yes, and the reason why we love working with anywhere between 20 and 30 is because first and foremost, you're probably in college. You are probably, fresh out of high school or are in the military or, wherever you are in life after, graduating high school, that early stage in life, we are committed to helping you create generational wealth. And it starts as early as you being an adult, because then you actually have legal enforcement to stand behind your signature to buy a house. Could you even imagine owning 10 properties within your first 10 years if you're serving in the military? Just to give you some education, if you qualify for a VA loan and or let's just say you retired, who knows who's watching, we're not capped at anywhere between 20 and 30-year-olds. We can help, 80-year-olds if you're a first-time home buyer and it has never used your VA loan before. Depending on how much you pre-qualify for or get pre-approved through Ruben Madrigal with Fiducia Home Loans, we can literally structure a game plan to still create that generational wealth, to still pass on, your legacy. But now let's just say, well, Angelica, I don't have a family. I don't have anybody who I care for. I don't have any need for buying homes. Shoot. As a matter of fact, I live off of Airbnb. True story. I've actually met someone like this. You might be wondering, what's in it for me to actually buy houses? Well, I'll tell you what's in it for you if you actually bought houses. Open a trust or an LLC, depending on what your goals are financially in creating wealth, because who doesn't, and I say this humbly, but who doesn't love money?
Yep.
Money can definitely get you a lifestyle that is not only comfortable, but a luxury to feel. And ask this man right here. He just went on 2 weeks of outside of San Diego on Paradise, and he has completely, living in it. So I know first perspective that, money is a really good thing.
It can be. You work hard, you play hard, right?
Yes. Now, let's circle back into getting pre-qualified using your VA loan. You only have to live in the property showing proof that you live and occupying the home for at least a year, 1 year. On average, rental agreements on a long-term basis is 1 year. Now imagine, instead of saving up for your security deposit plus first month's rent and sometimes last month's rent, or even just a prorated amount for your last month that you're going to be there after giving your 30-day notice, is a lot of money. I don't know about you, but that's 4 different channels that you would have to prepare for. Now, you're a VA loan qualifier. You're pre-approved with Ruben Madrigal with Fiducia Home Loans. And you come to find out that you can purchase a property for up to $500,000. Now, you go to your mom and dad and say, I have a pre-approval letter that I can purchase a property for up to $500,000. From an investor's mindset, they will educate you, well, what are the interest rates?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, anywhere between 5 and 7%. But the guy on the YouTube channel told me it's because of all of these variables that are going on in the world. Oh my Lord, your mom and dad say. My interest rate on our secondary home purchase is only 2%. Mm-hmm. Interest rates are way too high. Don't buy today. As you can see, I've been reading a lot of Dr. Seuss. As a first-time home buyer, it's really important to understand if interest rates are at a 7% or at a 2%, what could your payment look like? Set an appointment with me and Ruben. We're going to tell you exactly what your payments would look like at a $500,000 home and at a $400,000 home or a $300,000 home with appreciation, equity, and everything on our side. I think it's important for people, especially in their 20s, in the military, to understand that if you want to build generational wealth, you want to pass on a legacy, you want to build equity, buy now.
Yes. Yes. You want to retire early. One way to do it is become a real estate investor early so that you can start acquiring properties and you can have cash flow from those properties so that you can retire in 20 years when you're out of the service if you served for 20 years.
Exactly.
Well, guys, below is all our information. Give us a call, send us a message. We'll set something up. We'd like to meet you, kind of just talk about your current situation. If you want to apply, don't want to apply. Our conversations, our meetings are very low pressure. We're not trying to sell here. We really are just trying to build and help as many people as possible get into this real estate market so they can carve a piece of what you're defending. Thank you guys for watching. Have a beautiful week. See you on the next one.